Hello, everyone, and welcome to the SDG Media Zone conversation. This is a very informal conversation that we're having with two prestigious speakers to tell you something more about the Play Fair for People and the Planet, the music activation, actually, that shows the activation of the music industry for the support for sustainable development goals. Let me please introduce our guests here today, starting from Marina Ponti, who is the director of the UN SDG Action Campaign. Good morning, Marina.
Good afternoon, good morning. Thank you.
And along with her is one of the main artists that will perform on July 17th in the concert that I just mentioned. Her name is Epoque. She is a singer, a musician, Congolese heritage, Turin-born, European-raised. Is that correct, Epoque?
Yes, is that correct? That is correct.
Okay. In 2015, 17 goals were set that are part of the SDG goals. Where do we stand at? The deadline was 2030, so we're somewhere halfway. And how are we doing? What are we doing with these goals? Are we coping well? Are we progressing? Or shall we be doing more?
So thank you for the very easy question. Those goals were agreed in 2015, and the world was a very different place. Now, because of COVID, we unfortunately see that we had setback in all the areas. I mean, these goals are a vision for a better future. They address issues like gender equality, climate justice, and decent jobs, and ending poverty, ending inequalities, protecting women and children. So they really are a vision for a transformation. But then after they were agreed, not much happened, to be honest. Not enough and not at the scale that was needed. Then COVID came. Our life was turned around and turns upside down. But besides, the challenges and the setback, because now our society has been put on a halt, both at the government level, at the private sector, at the individual level, we now see that we are at a turning point. And now we can really reimagine, be very creative, be very bold and ambitious, and turn our society towards a new direction, which is more inclusive, which is more sustainable, which is more fair, and that includes and leaves no one behind.
How do we rearrange these goals in order to make them more practical as well?
What's happening now is that leaders, from the governments, and we see it all over, everyone is redefining jobs. Everyone is redefining mobility, redefining education, inclusion, energy, sustainability. And in doing so, we just need to make our voice very loud and remind them that we want something different. COVID somehow unveiled and put the spotlight on the failures of our systems, of our societies. Imagine that such a tiny virus created this chaos, the shutting down of all entire sector of the economy, taking millions of lives away. What does this tell us about our sustainability, our vulnerability, and how resilient we are to shock? So somehow many people now believe that we need to change, and we need to address the root causes of deep inequalities or gender discrimination, climate injustice, and just start from this very bold transformation. But we're not alone. Many people have realized this.
Many artists are taking a stand. They are doing something on a personal level to make their voices heard. For instance, Coldplay decided not to have any concerts until they will be able to be carbon neutral. Whereas Epoque, you have taken a more human approach to sustainability. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what do you mean by that?
I mean, when you expose yourself spontaneously through your experiences, through your life, through who you are, it's very simple for the people to relate with you very easily, easier than how it can be through something else, through something mechanical, like as human, as I just speak about my human experiences. So as a human being, not as a politician, sorry, not as I don't know, professor, not as a doctor, so without any kind of degree. And I think that this is humanity, just speaking about it very in a simpler way. So I think this is my way.
Everything about your human experience, your having traveled the world, your mixed origins, your different layers of culture, everything about you says sustainability. But how do you get the message through? How do you speak to the people who listen to your music and talk about sustainability and development as well?
I mean, I passed through a lot of stuff. My life wasn't easy because I really represent a lot of things. I'm a woman. I am a Afro-Italian woman. So my parents are African, but they're living in Italy. So my person represent a lot of things. So through my music, I just speak about how I have been discriminated sometimes, how as a woman I've been discriminated in some other things, and as a teenager, how I had so many bad stuff going through finding a job. So to be strong, to speak about something that maybe some others think to pass through these things alone. I don't know, to speak about it. They don't feel they're the only one who passed through that. So I think that I'm doing like that. I didn't start this project with this goal. I mean, I didn't say I'm going to sing because I want to change the world. I just say I'm a human being. I have my voice. I have a story. I can say it, and everything just happened. Like people start to tell me, "Oh my God, you're start to do Afro music in Italy. This is something cool. This is something new. I never heard it. I'm very happy that you represent our culture also here in Italy. That it's very difficult to mix these two languages." So actually, I don't know, but I know that something I'm doing, and I am saying, I'm saying it, I'm telling it, I'm giving a message, maybe unconsciously, but I'm happy that I did something.
Now, we're about to have Italy and the UK host the next COP26. We've seen a number of meetings, global meetings, generating very little. How important is it not to get discouraged, and how do you do that?
We need everyone. So whatever change is possible if, of course, leaders set the policy or institution can put the framework or the incentive, to make it happen. But if each one of us doesn't change the way we speak, the way we behave, the way we vote, the way we interact in society, the way we consume, the way we waste or we travel. So if these changes don't happen, then no matter how many leaders can define or can set the best policy, change will not happen. To people who are skeptical, and it's very easy today to be very skeptical, my message is look through COVID, through the devastation and the challenges, we have seen that change is possible. If you had asked anyone, 2 years ago, oh, you can have the meetings on Zoom, or, there's no need to travel, 24 hours just for a 2 hours meeting, people would say, oh, yes, but it's, but it's important. Nobody does it. We've seen change on a scale unthinkable of. So now change is possible. Change can go very fast. And you need what we call the we revolution. So we need everyone to be activated. Everyone, Epoque, you are an influencer, you are an artist, you can inspire people. And then everyone can also follow and can inspire in the workplace, in their communities, in their schools. And that can activate change, somehow a little bit turning around the script, from fear to optimism, from inaction to action, from apathy, to action. And somehow this is how we want to see the change. The change, we expect leaders to follow and to be at where we want them. And if they will not deliver, we will vote them out. But we need everyone to really start the change.
Epoque, how do you expect this concert on July 17th to be?
Oh my God, I'm very excited because it is my first one. So I'm very, very excited. I'm very, very happy that my first concert will be so meaningful for me, because all these issues are important for me. So I'm very happy. And
just so everyone who is listening knows, let me remind that there will be a very small crowd due to COVID restrictions, obviously, but it will be live streamed. So you will be able to find it on YouTube and all of the UN SDG Action Campaign channels. Go on, I'm sorry.
No problem. Of course, I will give my best. And I'm very, very, very happy. So that's the only thing I can say. Just cross finger.
Cross fingers for you, Epoque. Can you tell us a bit more about the sustainability of the concert?
So first of all, it's not happening in the evening. So it's happening at the end of the late afternoon. So there won't be any light.
So you're saving on the light?
Yes. Second, we're not building any structure. So we're leveraging a beautiful existing location. The location is still secret, so we cannot release the location.
Okay.
And then there won't be any plastic chair. There won't be any, use of, plastic at the event. There will be, gender equality on stage, and really also that is very, very important. And then
how many artists will be performing?
3 artists.
3 artists.
Yes. So we're very excited, and really it's a symbol, as Epoque said, we didn't have events or concert or live music for such a long time. So it's also important to show that there may be a new beginning is happening. We want to share a message of hope, but at the same time, we want to say we don't want to go back to what the world was before. We have gone through all of this, and now we are ready to change. Starting with an event, starting with a concert, in everyday's life.
Well, thank you very much, Marina, for this explanation. I just have one quick question for you both, because sometimes if you're very involved in issues such as sustainability, gender equality, non-discrimination, sometimes it seems that we have a mountain that's really high to climb. Are you an optimist? Are you an optimist every single day, Marina? And I'm going to ask the same question to Epoque.
I am. To be honest, sometimes I have my days in which I really feel very anger and at the inequality and the injustice that I see around me and on a global scale. But most of the time I'm optimistic because I see in all over the world changes happening. I see young people, no matter where they are living in very difficult situation, that they are changing their society. They are confronting the injustice, the corruption, the discrimination. And this gives me really a lot of optimism.
Epoque, are you an optimist?
I'm not gonna lie, not every time, but it really helps me to challenge myself. So when I have a really, really big challenge that includes all these issues, I really tell myself, I hope that this is going to be well. I'm going to do the best that I can. Of course, my behavior influences every people that is next to me. So I'm going to give the best that I am to make it better. So I'm not every time optimist, but I mean, I can say like 50-50 or 60
okay
40.
We'll take that.
But I'm not saying I really hope a lot of time. I'm really a spiritual person, so I am, but I know how life it is. So it's not easy to be every time.
It's not, but it's definitely important to keep fighting for goals that you think are worth it. Yes. So thank you, Epoque, and thank you, Marina. So may I just remind you, it's July 17th that you will be able to see Epoque and other artists on stage. The event will be live streamed. It's the Play Fair for People and the Planet. The music industry is activating itself to show how much it cares about sustainable development goals and why we all should. So thank you for joining us here today, and good luck on your concert. And Marina, have fun.
Thank you. I will.
Thank you very much. Thank you.